Hey guys, in this video we're going to be checking out the brand new Cryptozoic Entertainment Streetfighter Knockouts Chun-Li vinyl figure. All of these figures will be released at the San Diego Comic-Con, but luckily the folks over at Cryptozoic allowed me to give you guys a sneak peek at what they're going to look like before they get released. So here we have Chun-Li here as the vinyl figure from this new Streetfighter Knockouts line. They are much larger than, say, the tin collectibles that we already had a look at. For example, here we have Sakura. I'll put Sakura just next to Chun-Li so you can see a drastic size difference between the smaller blind tin figures and the larger figures that we have right here. I'll just move her out of the way. Chun-Li comes displayed on top of a Street Fighter logo stand. It is not removable, so I wouldn't advise trying to take it off, but the stand itself doesn't have a lot of color, but I think keeping it as a neutral red is probably a smarter route than having painted like the fighter in here in yellow. The figure itself has Chun-Li here standing, very proud of herself actually, I might add, with the arms bent and against her thighs here. The face sculpt is beautiful. It's one of the things I do love so much about the Cryptozoic stuff is the facial expressions, not only now on the new Street Fighter Knockouts, but the previous DC Comics little bombshells that we've been looking at already. Coloring very vibrant, not only in her top, but also in the skirts. Drape that drapes down onto her legs. Coloring is very vibrant, especially in her face, where they've incorporated a little bit of blushing here around the cheek portion. The eyes are very large and showcasing a little bit of that reflection that gives a little bit extra personality to it. I love the sculpt on the hair, how that sticks out from the actual top part of her forehead. And then she's also got the little tassels coming down from the ribbons and the buns of her hair. Now, looking at the packaging here, the three figures they're going to be releasing is a Sakura, a Cammy, and a Chun-Li. Chun-Li might actually be my favorite of the three, but I think Cammy is going to be one great-looking figure as well. They're all designed by Pedro Astudillo, and it's sculpted by Anders Ehrenborg. All in all, like, really nice looking figures. The one thing I do like so much about the little bombshells, and now one thing I do like about the Street Fighter Knockouts, is that it's different. I can't tell you how frustrated it is at times going into comic book stores, and you probably all share the same feelings, maybe some of you don't, but when you come into a comic book store and it's always the same vinyl figures. On the shelf, there's usually a whole wall of them, and I won't talk about that brand and my feelings about it. But when they come out with new vinyl figures that break that mold, where it's not the same stuff all the time, that's one thing I really like so much about the Cryptozoic stuff, is that the bombshells have a very distinct look to them. They're kind of slightly super deformed, where you have a much more larger head, and they have a much more animated design to them. But I really like the personality that they convey in their sculpts. The paints are always very top-notch. Even like underneath the little ribbons here, you can see how that yellow's been painted in. Paint's nice and clean. Again, one of the go-tos for me is the sculpt. I think the sculpts are top-notch. Now, again, these are going to be released, well, they are going to be released at the San Diego Comic-Con, so if you do get a chance, head to the SDCC, and you can check out Cryptozoic's booth. If you don't get a chance, which unfortunately for myself, I'm not going to be able to attend SDCC for this year, I'm hoping that maybe things will work themselves out that I can go for next year. But for this year, unfortunately, all I can go by is heading over to Cryptozoic's website, which I'll put down below in the video description, and you can check out some of the upcoming releases, including the Street Fighter Knockouts that we're looking at right here. Again, of my favorites, like Sakura looks good, but I think my favorite might be the Chun-Li and the Cammy. I definitely would be looking forward to grabbing the Cammy vinyl knockout when she's available as well. Today, though, we were checking out the brand new Cryptozoic Entertainment. This was the Street Fighter Knockouts Chun-Li vinyl figure. If you guys want something a little bit different, something that's not quite the norm for vinyl figures that you always see at comic book stores, I definitely would not rule out the possibilities of getting not only the DC Comics bombshells, but now also the Streetfighter knockouts. It gives something a little bit different, and I really do, again, love the sculpts of these. If you guys haven't had a chance to subscribe to this channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that little subscribe button now, and you won't miss a beat when it comes to future videos. Cryptozoic, also your fancy. You want to see a little bit more Cryptozoic stuff? Well, there's also a playlist on this channel where you can head over and check out all the collectibles that I've reviewed from Cryptozoic Entertainment. As always, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.